students, I am R.U. Chaudhary Madam. Today we are going to study 18th chapter, that is production of sound. You have learnt how sound is generated, how it reaches us on traveling through some medium and is heard by us. You have also seen that vibration of an object is necessary for generation of sound. In the present lesson, we will learn more about vibration, pitch, intensity and level of sound. Sound is generated by a rhythmic vibration of an object. We can hear the sound as long as the object vibrates. But when we touch the vibrating object with our hand, the vibration stops and we no longer hear the sound. Sometimes we can see the vibrations, but sometimes the vibrations are so minute that we cannot see them with our eyes. Such vibrations that produce sound can be studied with the help of simple oscillator. You must have seen children playing on a swing in a garden. Observe carefully the motion of the swing. Go to the swing at rest in a garden and mark its position on the ground below it. You can call this mark the central position of the swing. Now pull the swing to one end and let it go. Observe how it swings. The swing will be seen to cross the central position again and again as it moves from one end to the other of its swing. A swing that moves back and forth like this is an oscillator. When the swing moves from one end to the other and returns to its starting point, it is said to have completed one oscillation. The back and forth motion of an oscillator on either side of a central position is called oscillatory motion. To understand amplitude, take an empty porcelain bowl or an empty steel glass. Stretch a rubber band and fix it on the bowl or glass as shown in the picture. Now give a jerk to the rubber band. Repeat this action applying a smaller or greater force. While doing this, observe the farthest distance to which the rubber band is stretched. Take note of the sound generated. When the rubber band is stretched and released, it vibrates. Compare the vibrations with the figure. The rubber is stretched from the original position A and comes to position B, it is seen to be curved. The maximum distance between the original position A and the position B on stretching the rubber is called the amplitude of vibration. When a greater force is applied to the rubber, it is stretched further, meaning that the amplitude increases. On releasing it, a louder sound is generated. When a smaller force is applied, the rubber is stretched less, then the amplitude is smaller and the sound is softer too. Oscillatory motion and amplitude of oscillation. Take a strong thread about half a meter long. Tie a small iron or wooden ball to it and suspend it from a support as shown in the figure. Such an oscillator is called as pendulum. Give an oscillatory motion to the pendulum. The maximum distance between the original positions A of the pendulum and the extreme position B or C is called the amplitude of oscillation. In the figure, AB or AC is the amplitude of oscillation. Time period of oscillation. The time required by an oscillator to complete one oscillation is called the time period of oscillation. In the previous activity, the oscillator traversed the distance from B to A to C, C to A and A to B is the time period of oscillation of the oscillator. It is denoted by capital letter T. Frequency. The number of oscillations completed by an oscillator in 1 second is called the frequency of oscillation. That is, frequency is number of oscillations occurring in 1 second. The unit of frequency is hertz. 1 hertz means there is 1 oscillation in 1 second. 100 hertz means 100 oscillations in 1 second. So the formula for frequency is equal to 1 upon time period of oscillations. Means n is equal to 1 upon t. N is denoted for frequency and t is denoted for oscillation. The time period of oscillation depends on the length of the pendulum. The time period of oscillation increases if the length of the pendulum is increased. To understand this, take a strong thread of sufficient length. Tie a wooden or metal bob to one of its end to make a pendulum. Measure the length of the thread in centimeters and make a note of it. Suspend the pendulum freely from a support. Now swing the pendulum and with the help of stopwatch record how many seconds are required for 20 oscillations. Repeat this procedure 4 or 5 times, decreasing the length of the pendulum by 10 cm every time. Record your observations. And low pitch of sound. To understand the pitch of sound, let us study the diagram. From diagram, let us study this activity. Take a wooden board 80 to 90 cm long and 5 cm wide. Hammer 2 nails into it, each a few centimeters away from its two ends. Tie the ends of a thin metal wire to the nails so that the wire is stretched tightly between them. Insert a wedge-shaped wooden or plastic block under the wire lightly. Did you hear any sound? Observe whether the wire vibrates. Now insert 2 or 3 small rectangular blocks below the wedge-shaped block on one side in each a way that the length of wire does not change. Observe whether there is any change in the tension in the wire. Now plug the wire with your finger and listen to the sound. Also watch its vibration. Note the difference you perceive in its frequency. What can you inform from this? When tension in the wire is increased, the frequency is seen to increase, and when it is reduced, frequency is also seen to decrease. We also perceive a difference in sounds generated. When the tension is increased, the resulting sound is shriller, and when the tension is reduced, the sound is also less shrill. This is what is called the high and low pitch of the sound. Intensity of sound, sound level. Loudness or softness of sound is indicated by two terms, namely intensity of sound and sound level. Sound level is the intensity of sound as perceived by our ears. The intensity of sound is proportional to the square of the amplitude of vibration. For example, if the amplitude is doubled, the intensity of sound becomes 4 times as much. The decibel is the unit for measuring sound level. It was named a decibel in honor of the work of the scientist Alexander Graham Bell. Audible sound. The frequency of the sound audible to human being is between 20 Hz and 20,000 Hz. We can only hear sound in this frequency range. Infrasonic sound. Have you ever heard the sound of the movement of our hands or of the movements of leaves falling from a tree? To understand infrasonic sound, let us try this. Take an oscillator and swing an oscillator which makes 3 to 4 oscillations in a second, and listen carefully for any sound it makes. That the oscillator makes 3 to 4 oscillations in 1 second means that the frequency of the sound is 3 to 4 Hz. Human cannot hear sounds of frequency less than 20 Hz. In all the above examples, oscillations did take place but no sound was heard. It means that the sound is of a frequency less than 20 Hz. A sound with a frequency less than 20 Hz is called infrasonic sound. Sounds with a frequency less than 20 Hz are produced by some animals, namely whales, elephants, and rhinoceros. Ultrasonic sound. A sound with a frequency higher than 20,000 Hz is called a ultrasonic sound. Human beings cannot hear such sounds. However, some animals, for example a dog, can hear such sounds. Uses of ultrasonic sound: to clean delicate ornaments and the tiny parts of a watch is the first use of ultrasonic sound. To observe internal organs of the body. Third, to detect tumors in the brain. Fourth, to detect faults in the metal. In radar systems, ultrasonic sound is used. To kill certain microbes and insects, ultrasonic sound also used. Seventh, sonar, sound navigation and ranging, is used to locate the seabed or position of ship. Students, the pitch of sound is directly related to the frequency of sound. From the graph alongside, we get further information about the frequency of sound and infrasonic, audible and ultrasonic sound. See, the infrasonic sound's frequency is below 20 Hz. Greater than 20,000 Hz is the frequency of ultrasonic sound, and audible sound has the frequency between 20 to 20,000 Hz. Thus, in this lesson, we have studied that to tune an instrument is to adjust how high or low the pitch of the notes produced will be. The pitch of a sound depends upon its frequency. In Indian music, the musical notes sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni are of increasingly higher pitch. In scientific terms, frequency is a measure of pitch.